Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And today I'm going to be talking about Gravity Falls. And Gravity Falls is about Dipper and Mabel staying over the summer with their great uncle. They are twin siblings. They're known as the Pines. And they have close encounters with strange, weird creatures in the area of Gravity Falls that lurks within the area. And while staying with their uncle and working for their tourist trap running common great uncle Stan. And I am with
Alexia
and Brandon.
So how would you guys rate this show 1 out of 10?
I definitely rate that as an absolute 10 out of 10.
Okay, a 10 out of 10 you said?
Yeah.
Cool. Can you try to switch to mic 4 for me? All right, go ahead.
It's a little fuzzy, but
It's better than the other one, trust me.
But I would definitely rate that a 10 out of 10. I just think it might be one of those newer cartoon classics.
Okay, fair enough. How about you?
I would probably give it an 8 or a 9. It is one of my favorites in terms of animated shows, so I'd give it an 8 or a 9.
Why?
I think personally, I love the art style. The art style really. I used to draw a lot of comics, so I really love the art style. But the humor also got me. So
I like the humor.
The humor's amazing.
It's perfect. I as well would give it an 8 out of 10. I just think it has a perfect amount of mystery, and like you said, the humor. I think the comedy just never gets old. I don't think, to me, I don't. You know, when you go back to shows and the comedy just doesn't hit because it's outdated or something. This one just, to me, never got outdated, in my opinion, though. But I wish more shows like this, like today, were like this. Because not many shows, I mean, each show has a little bit of mystery in it, but not to the extent where of when I was growing up, I was like maybe, I don't even know when the show exactly came out. I just remember being really young and trying to.
2012 when it came out.
2012?
Yeah.
Cool. But I just miss kid shows being an actual mystery instead of just throwing out random stuff.
Oh, 100%. I do remember when I was younger when the show did come out, I didn't realize that there was like a mystery through the whole thing.
Because it's one of those things you don't need to exactly analyze every little detail because it shows you eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I remember before, which episode was it? Season 2, when Sanford finally comes back through the portal. I remember I used to stay up just like looking at through the entire show, which wasn't a great use of my time, but it's all right.
Hey, I mean, when we were young, when the show came out, we had plenty of time to do whatever.
Oh, 100%.
Compared to now, I just feel like I never have enough time to do anything.
There's always enough time.
According to you, you have time for everything.
I do. No, I've rewatched the show probably 4 or 5 times since I've mentioned this before, but since I graduated high school.
That is insane.
Sorry, my senior year of high school to now. So that's 2-3 years.
Nice. I probably watched the show because I technically never completed the show front to back, but I know what happens. But I watched through season 1 at least 4 times. Because I remember
season 2 gets so good.
I just remember going to the library and be like, "Mom, can I please get Gravity Falls CD?" And it was always season 1, so I'd watch it on loop nonstop.
Going to the library for that's crazy. I forgot that I used to do that.
Wait, you never sat right in front of the TV waiting at least half an hour for Disney Channel?
No.
What?
Nah.
You never did?
You never had to wait for your show to come on?
No, because we've always had Farmer's Vision, so whenever Gravity Falls was on, it was always in the morning or late at night. So I was always watching Gravity Falls at my friend's house when they were sleeping. So I'd watch it on my own. No one was into Gravity Falls besides for me. So I'd always turn it on when I wake up because I used to never sleep and I used to wake up at 7 every time. Even during the summer, I'd always wake up at 7. So I just always remember turning it on, watching Gravity Falls or some random Disney show that was on.
I got the 50-50. I was always either at my parents' house or my grandparents' house. And my grandparents' house, we had PBS.
PBS?
There. So I grew up on PBS.
That's what I grew up with, PBS. So because we used to have farmer's vision, so whatever was in the area for free, we got it. So I think about maybe a year or two, we had Disney. So I'd watch That's So Raven, Power Rangers, all the old
ones,
all the old classics. Which is scary to say that That's So Raven and Power Rangers are classics, considered classics now. Which is
are they actually considered? Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know about that.
Anywho, what is your guys' favorite character from Gravity Falls?
I have notes.
You have notes for your favorite character?
I do, because I have...
I might become unprepared from here.
No, you're fine. I have two. I had Grunkle Stan as one of them.
Okay.
And I also had Seuss.
Okay.
For two different reasons. I think Grunkle Stan is a very good parental figure for them.
Yes.
Aside from all the illegal stuff. Like, if you're taking that out of the equation, I think he's a very good role model for them. His values are there.
Because once he revealed, like, I knew everything, he was like, I was just genuinely trying to protect you guys.
Yeah, and I think that's important.
Yeah.
And then for Seuss, I have two things. I just wrote super funny and he's very loyal to everybody. It's just his heart's where it needs to be. But then the only other thing I've written down for him is his mind is an enigma. That's literally it. That's all I have written down.
And think about it. He's the only one that hasn't committed a crime.
Exactly. So he's just funny. His humor's there. I think he's not thinking about the evil stuff at all. He's just like, how can I protect people?
And he was always just like, hey, can I help with the store?
Yeah.
He's like me. He's like anyone when it comes to them getting a job for the first month. Oh, what can I help with?
What can I do?
It's like that goes away after a month.
And it never even went away for him though. Like even
he
up to
just
the end, he's just like, please let me run the store. Please. Like that was him, like just the entire time.
I thought it was funny when they had Mabel be the boss. That was an interesting episode.
That was funny.
It was.
I do remember that.
What is your favorite character?
That's a tough question. I want to say my favorite character is I definitely do want to say it's Dipper.
Dipper?
Yeah, because like back then I did felt like I had like a sincere connection with him as if I already knew him.
Okay.
Which now looking at it, I was like, I don't know. I'm not really that awkward.
I feel like his characters definitely got better in season 2. He's not as selfish. He definitely will take a step back and be like, okay, I got to think for a second, guys.
I think that's one of the overarching themes of the whole thing, though, is him learning how to be
independent and help others.
Yeah, not putting his own needs and wants first, is putting like Mabel first.
He is so me because when it comes to the book, because I was a brother that, and still to this day, I don't like sports. So whenever like it came to rival games or whatever, I would be in the stands reading a book. I'd be reading like the latest Diary of a Wimpy Kid at that time, and I would just be reading it.
Preach. You're preaching to the choir right now.
I would just read the whole time. I'll always bring a bag full of books, like 2 to 3 books, always with me. And I always finish like 1.5 of a book when I'm at the game.
That's accurate. That or I'd go and infiltrate the band and go hang out with before they would go on the field and just go hang out in there and he'd get yelled at. They'd be like, what are you doing in there?
Wait, get out of here.
You're not supposed to be there. I'm just like, I'm sorry.
My favorite character would have to be Seuss as well. He's just so funny. He's that guy that everyone wishes they could be. Like, as in, I feel like everyone wishes they were happy like him all the time. Because there's barely any moments where he's sad, and if so, he's just happy the second later, and he's just already forgot what happened. Like, it's behind him already. He doesn't even care.
The girlfriend episode was
funny.
That he was like genuinely upset. About that. I think in the moment, just that he couldn't
process what was fully going on.
I think he felt bad because he couldn't do what it was his grandmother that wanted him to. Yeah. Get a girlfriend for the wedding or whatever. Yeah. He just couldn't do it. And I think he just was disappointed in himself. Yeah. Which is a completely different flip side of him. I don't think we usually see.
Which I feel like that finally changes pace for once, though, because you realize the story slows down a little bit. And it's like, okay, let's actually focus on a character that we need to develop.
Yeah, 100%.
What is your guys' favorite episode?
Oh, man. I didn't get that far, I don't think.
What's your favorite season then?
Season 2 is definitely my favorite. I think there's a lot of character development in season 2 as opposed to season 1. I feel is very repetitive, like with the episodes themselves. You don't get a ton of the story, but then season 2 it like really kicks into gear and you just see it all move forward. But actually, you know what, the episode where Stanford shows up.
Okay.
That's probably
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Six Fingers.
Yes.
Him. Ford. I get confused. They're like different names.
I mean, technically one's considered Stan and which one's considered Stanford, but also Stanford's also named just, it depends.
Because he took his name. So yeah, it is Stanford. Ford is the one. Yeah. So the episode Ford came in. I thought that was a really cool episode.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh my God.
Who are you?
Yeah, because you kind of figured out at that point who the author was going to be, or like you had an idea, but then when he like appeared, it was like, oh, that makes so much more sense.
I'll be honest with you, when I first watched the show and whenever Grunkle Stan took his hat off, I always thought it was already his brother. Like, I was like, wait, who is that? Because you're not used to seeing the gray hairs.
Right.
So like, it's like, who is that? And it's like, oh, it's still Grunkle Stan.
I think it's interesting though, because Grunkle Stan is based off of Alex Hirsch's grandfather.
Yes.
So I thought that was
You
really
ruined that part for me.
My bad.
God, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hey, you're fine. Yeah, I found that really interesting as well. I actually learned that today, so.
I did not know.
Like
I did not
3-4 hours ago.
Your 2 seconds of Googling before the episode started.
Yeah, I know. I watched the whole video. It's like 107 facts of Gravity Falls, and I just went and chose
Lord.
my favorites.
I didn't go that far.
But I would say my favorite episode would have to be the inconveniencing when they go to the haunted convenience store. And, and Dipper has to do the llama dance?
It was the lamb dance.
The lamb dance, thank you.
Yeah,
Lammy dance, thank you.
That goes hard.
That it does go hard. I have to admit that.
It's a banger.
It's also just a funny episode to see. It just, to me, it finally throws in something different because you're in a different building.
I mean, they really did develop Dipper really well in that episode too.
Yes,
because that's like the first instance of him putting others before himself.
And him just finally like, okay, cool. I'll be the big guy and I'll stand up. Mm-hmm. And it also like just builds the relationship of Wendy and Dipper, like where they actually will stand and they're not going to go any further, even though Dipper really wants to. And Wendy's like, stop, no.
What's the age difference there, by the way?
It's like 4 years.
Because she's in high school, isn't she?
I think she's 15
or 16.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't she in high school?
Let me look that up actually real quick. What's your favorite episode?
Ooh. What was it? It was the one mansion episode where they had the party and the ghosts came back.
Okay.
Hold on, I might look it up, but I think it's called like the North.
15. Wendy's 15.
Okay, yeah, so that's an age difference too.
Yeah. Especially like it's just an awkward. Yeah.
I don't think he's even ready to be in a relationship regardless.
He really wants to, but it's just I don't even think Wendy's even ready. Like
I don't think that during that age period, like that age, I wasn't even interested. So why would they?
Yeah, I want it either. Anywho, you were saying?
But it was called Northwest Mansion Mystery.
Okay.
I think it was like one of those first episodes where it's like really shifted my perspective on cartoons in general. Because like that was like one of the first instances where I was actually terrified of something I watched.
Okay. See, that one I don't remember as much, but I do remember that episode.
I can like vividly remember the scene where the ghost appears for the first time and like all of, like the trophies on the wall just like start turning in like these weird ways and like they start bleeding from their eyes. I don't know. That really spooked me.
You're like, ooh, that's spoopy. I don't want to look.
No,
I don't want to look. Your 12-year-old
mustn't.
brain is like, no.
I mustn't.
The sock puppet episodes for some reason. Now that you said the Lammy dance, and I don't know why that brought the sock puppet episode back up, but I was like, what? Ooh.
It's like I don't like that.
that was freaky for me when like Bill was just in Dipper's mind.
Yeah,
that was freaky.
I can agree to that one. So I sent you guys quizzes, right?
Mm-hmm.
What character are you guys?
Do you want to start?
I'll start. I took a screenshot of this earlier, but I got Seuss.
Seuss.
And I'm not sure if they leave a description on the bottom of why, but I might have to check back.
I should have screenshotted it.
Yes, it says, You're Seuss Ramirez. Yay! That's like totally awesome, dude. You're a stellar DJ, friend to the Pines, family, and you love your abuelita. See all the weird stuff that's going on in Gravity Falls and often accompany the Pines children on their adventures. You're an excellent handyman, useful in a pinch. Nice job, dude. Wow.
Nice job, dude.
I think I was supposed to be read in Seuss's voice, but I'm not sure.
I won't be able to do my character that I got at all.
I got Dipper, but I don't have the little thing that it says. So, but I feel like that's pretty accurate for me.
Why do you say that it's accurate for you?
I feel like Dipper's really interested in learning about stuff, and I feel like I have a hand in a lot of things because I like to learn and experience, and I'm always very curious, and I think I have that aspect of Dipper. Other than that, I feel like I'm not as awkward as he is, especially in the first season, so that kind of doesn't make sense. I feel like I have more of like Mabel's outgoing personality. I want to talk about that, but like in terms of like the curiosity and stuff like that, I definitely think I have those qualities.
I feel like you have a mixture of both.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of a mixture of both, but I feel like that my curiosity definitely overpowers, and that's part of the reason I have.
Does your curiosity get you in trouble though?
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. It does. Curiosity kills a cat. It definitely does. But yeah, that does make sense for me.
Fair enough. I'm actually surprised what I got. I don't know if you can see my screen.
No, I can't.
Okay.
You might just have to read out loud.
I will. I got Wendy. I don't know why. I got Wendy.
That was out of left field.
It says, you're the coolest person in Gravity Falls. Brave, rebellious, and occasionally work averse. You enjoy spending time with your friends, which is true. And partying, which is not true. You're trustworthy and easy to hang out with. Especially when the activity involves rule breaking. We don't talk about that. Your apocalypse survival skills are unmatched. Hopefully you won't need to use them though. I won't really say I have much skills as in like fighting, like defense wise, but I've been told when I get mad, I can be pretty scary.
You don't have like martial arts, like hidden talents?
I don't know. I never had to get in a fight before, so I don't know.
Yeah, is it like a code word where it activates like an alter ego?
Who knows?
What would your alter ego be named?
My alter ego?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even know my alter ego itself.
we'll bring it back to that later. We'll come back.
Oh.
Full circle.
Okay. Well, this is the end of this segment. We're going to be coming back to with theories. I got a few. They're not too crazy long, but I feel like they definitely should be talked about. That's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to be continuing you guys with listening to the soundtrack of Gravity Falls. Enjoy. This is WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. See you around in about 10 to 15 minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And we're going to be continuing with Gravity Falls. And if you guys love Gravity Falls, you know how many theories there are about this show. Do you have any with you, Alexia?
I do.
Start with your first one.
Okay. Do we want to go like right into it, or like do you want like,
however you want to go into it?
Oh Lord. Okay.
Because I have a few, and if I can bounce off, I will.
Okay.
Even though it's my show, you did your research, so I'm letting you go first.
Oh, I didn't do that much. I just did a little bit.
Are you sure you don't have as much like me?
Maybe, I don't know.
You probably have more.
We'll find
honestly.
out. Okay, so in front of us currently there is the Book of Bill.
Yes, I do. I bought the Book of Bill. Literally, you can hear it. Book of Bill at Target on Friday. Anyway, go ahead.
So I don't know if you've heard of this theory yet, but the Book of Bill basically says that Mabel and Dipper only succeed in one universe. Every other universe that Mabel and Dipper are in, they just don't succeed in their mission. And one of the only things that's pictured in the Book of Bill.
Did you have the page?
No, I don't have the page, but I can find the page for you. Basically, the only thing that's missing in all of the other like realms is Waddles.
Okay.
Waddles is the only thing that isn't pictured. It's that picture here. You can look for it, but it's that picture I showed you earlier. That
With
was like, oh my
four.
God. Yeah, with
ciphers?
it was like the two of them, and it was like, you know which one I'm talking about, I think. Yeah,
I think
possibly, but yeah, Waddles is the only thing that is pictured in the universe that they succeed in. Every other universe, Waddles isn't there.
Okay.
So the shaman, which is Bill Cipher's original partner, created that prophecy on like how to beat Bill Cipher, and it says like in the prophecy like a pig will be involved in beating Bill. So the whole thing is like Waddles is the reason that they won.
This one or the
that
other
one? Yeah,
Cool.
Waddles is like the reason. I'm pretty sure Waddles is only pictured once.
Yes, I only see Waddles once. Yeah.
But yeah, so essentially, Waddles is the reason. And like when Mabel wins Waddles, like in that first episode, she says like, "Oh, everything is different now." So it's like kind of interesting. And my whole thing is like, and there's like a lot of controversy of like what Waddles like actually represents. Like, is Waddles actually the reason? Is it not? Like, it's just a pig, right?
Yes.
But in my opinion,
I was about to say, if you think about it, when we went through the carnival episode, you see either Waddles or no Waddles at all.
Yeah.
So.
And every episode, Waddles isn't there or isn't pictured very often. I feel like everything kind of goes downhill. So Waddles, in my opinion, represents like the faith and trust between Mabel and Dipper. And you kind of see it like when they're trying to get Waddles back in one of the episodes. I can't remember, like Dipper has to make a huge sacrifice to get Waddles back. And because of Dipper's sacrifice, Mabel got Waddles back, and that made them. Okay, this is like the part where I'm like,
you're good.
When Mabel got Waddles back in that episode because of Dipper's sacrifice, they jumped a timeline, and that's how they ended up in the timeline where they actually beat Bill.
Okay.
So there's like a whole thing about it, and I didn't go into a huge deep dive because I'm still kind of.
I understand what you're saying.
But yeah, but basically Waddles is the reason because it's mentioned in the prophecy that a pig will be involved, and that's like the whole thing.
So the actual canon part was Mabel not winning Waddles and Dipper actually not hurting Wendy, I'm guessing.
Well,
because if you think about it, there's only one, when he was going through the time, there was only one moment that he did not hit her with the baseball. So it makes sense.
So essentially, if Mabel and Dipper didn't develop that faith and trust between the two of them, which Waddles is the physical representation of, they would have never beat Bill. So essentially, that's the theory, that Waddles is the reason. But
I didn't hear that one, but I heard like around that. Like I heard it was like supposed to, yeah. It's not really a deep dive, it's hinted. It's more so like said like one little bit and that's pretty much it.
I think that the difference is like the shaman quite literally says a pig will be involved in beating Bill. And that's where it kind of starts to spiral.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of them. I guess that's not, I mean, it's a theory. We don't actually know if Waddles wasn't there, if they would beat Bill or not, but Waddles, every universe where they're pictured, Waddles isn't there, and they lose that battle in every universe Waddles isn't there.
This is just my question to you, if you think so. If they didn't have Waddles but gained the trust with each other, do you think they might have defeated Bill Cipher?
I think Waddles was a big part of them gaining trust because Mabel cares a lot about Waddles, and Dipper, I feel, is constantly sacrificing stuff so that Mabel can be happy. So like things like he clearly doesn't like Waddles at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like clearly he doesn't, but he's sacrificing his own well-being, like happiness, and you know.
It's funny to see how easily attached Mabel got with the pig for like 5 minutes. Though
she
it's
gets easily attached to a lot of things. Though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not hard.
Because if you saw like when in that episode, he's like, "Oh, she's gonna get over in a month." I'm like, how can you get attached to something within 5 minutes? I can't even get attached to anything within 5 minutes. Like, I just think that's insane. Like, good for you.
There also is that overarching thing where like
they're also younger.
They're younger, number one, and number two, like in the second season, they talk about how Mabel is afraid of Dipper like not coming back
Yes.
Like she doesn't want to be separated. And I feel like that separation anxiety is like kind of seen throughout the whole thing. Like she doesn't want to be alone.
Yes. And you really do see a lot because she always constantly says, we're twins. We stick together, like type of thing. And Mabel's like, I want to be by myself. He's like very independent. And she's like, no, we're a team. What are you doing?
Yeah. And that's kind of where you see like in the second season, like Dipper's trying to be better about being there for Mabel. Which is really interesting because they are very young. Like the some of the themes that they cover are definitely something you wouldn't see. Like if I definitely didn't see that when I was their age.
Oh, I mean, we didn't go through the stuff like they did. So.
Yeah, I wasn't getting attacked by like a group of gnomes and like zombies. And
this is insider theory that I've always built up because you never see the parents of Dipper and Mabel. You just I personally think that. Dipper and Mabel's parents just gave away them just like, oh, you're on vacation for the summer. You'll be fine with your uncle. I feel like they definitely just gave away their kids. Like that's my own theory. Like
they're just like, yeah, bye. See ya.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I see it. But that's just my theory.
I definitely do know a lot of people whose parents are like, okay, you're going here for the summer. Like you're going away for the summer. Whatever the case is. It's crazy. I'm thinking about it. It's crazy that much stuff happened, and in that span of time, that's not a lot.
If you think about after seeing that on the news, you would think the parents would hear something about it or like be told or updated by the uncle. Like, no, was it on the news? Then not that much stuff was. That's just the local news, though.
That
is true, but still, you would.
And plus, like their parents are like another.
But if you think of
maybe 10-hour drive away as well,
you would think the parents would at least check up on them like once a week. Hey, how are things going? And then bye. But there's no phone call or anything.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that there's like zero communication between the parents and the kids.
So that's my assumption, mini theory. I didn't write this down at all, by the way. I just thought about this since I've seen the show. So
that's entirely fair. What about you? Do you have anything?
So it's not really like a current theory, but I was just looking back, like when I heard you guys were talking about Gravity Falls this episode, I went back to like pre season 2 theories and like maybe just scrolled by, get basic explanations through TikTok about. And I remember this one theory. It was about that one clip that got leaked from I think it was a troll, but apparently McGucket being the author, old man McGucket.
It's false. It's false.
I know, but I was just thinking how crazy.
He's
how
with
crazy.
the author. He's friends with the author.
Yes.
Went to school with the author.
Indirectly.
It's funny because I seen that pop up, and he was like, "Yes, Alex Hirsch did that just to tease the show." And it was like when people actually watched it, they're like, "Oh no, it's not true."
I feel there was a lot of build up to like Old Man McGucket's like storyline, like to see like what actually happened to him.
The story's so sad though.
I know. I'm glad that they actually explained it though, because I for a really long time I was like, we're never gonna know what happened. He's just a side character, and then they finally explained it. I was like, thank you.
I have 5 theories.
Okay. Do you want to go through one of yours then?
Yes. If you is that okay?
Yeah. No, I only have I think 1 or 2 more.
Nothing is real. Like nothing in the show is real.
Explain this?
Yeah. Elaborate, please.
So I'm trying to. So of course Gideon summons Bill, right? Everything is in black and white besides the characters when Bill comes into Gravity Falls. Bill Cipher also says when he leaves for that split moment at the end of that episode, reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. Buy gold. Bye. And then there's 3 main worlds that he mentions as well that is talked about during the show, like I mentioned. The reality, the mindscape, and the nightmare. All right? Stanford Pines at one point was in a reality dream that you could see like his realistic hand, like, and not like the cartoon, like 2D, like actual very descriptive hand form of his hand and his eyes, right? I'm trying to read my own notes real quick. There's not like many depictions of like the characters themselves in the real universe. Like that's how they depict themselves. Mm-hmm. So that means everything in the living is like a fantasy in Gravity Falls, but in the Mindscape world, So who's like, imagining Gravity Falls as a whole, right? There's like, that's like the big old mystery. Like, who's the one really thinking it? And Stanford knows a lot, and Bill Cipher is just, trying to expose the truth about everything. And everyone's like, no. So that's just my notes I took down. Is very like choppy, but it is very interesting. What'd you think of that, Ruff? I thought I wrote down a lot more, but I guess I didn't.
Could you further explain the 3 realms for people who have not seen Gravity Falls or who don't know as much about it?
So the 3 realms, which is the reality, which is the one that you can actually see your realistic form, and not the cartoon. The Mindscape is what Gravity Falls, like the show that is currently in. That's the theory. Is like they're in the Mindscape. They're actually not in reality. And then there is the Nightmare one, which is where Bill Cipher mainly is from.
And that's a 2D.
Yes.
That's a 2D realm.
Yeah.
From what I remember. I did see something. I didn't have it written down, but I did see something. I don't know where I saw it. It could have been Reddit or TikTok. I'm really not sure. Bill Cipher is like Dipper in the future somehow split his mind, and Bill Cipher is a part of Dipper's mind in the future and is coming back.
That is crazy.
And I don't know where that was going. I just thought about that while you were talking about the different realms, but that would be kind of crazy.
Fair. I get what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I don't know how to bounce off of that. It's just
you can't bounce off that. That's like...
It's just very like interesting in my opinion. Like that's...
Maybe it might have been found in the Book of Bill.
Maybe. We can look at it after.
In the next break, we'll take a gander.
Yeah, we'll take a gander. You can go on your next theory, because I got 4 more. I got plenty.
Okay. I guess the next one we can go into is... Let me take a gander.
I'm going to be surprised if you don't have one of my theories, by the way.
I probably don't have it. Why don't we go off one of yours and then I'll do one of mine after?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Bill Cipher has a brother.
I saw that one.
Strange.
I didn't write it down, but I saw that one.
So Bill Cipher has a brother. So a little background information, because it's a video that I found. The voice actor Cecil Baldwin's online resume says he plays a character named Tad Strange.
I have Tad Strange written down on here, actually.
That's crazy. Do you have anything to back off of that to see if it comes close?
Quite literally, the only thing I have written down is he's just a completely normal guy, and then he's supposed to be like normal, but he talks in the third person a lot, and he just continuously says that he likes bread and that he's not weird. Like it is like his persona. Like I'm not weird. Like,
I'm not weird.
I'm not weird.
Guys, I promise I'm
not weird.
Guys. So that's this is based on the theory that I found online, so I don't know how accurate it is, but I just found it interesting. They're thinking that Tad Strange is the name of Bill Cipher's brother. In the Reddit itself that they have, in the Bill Cipher Reddit, Bill Cipher says Tad is a real square and is a stupid shape. And how can someone be a square? Like this is what I'm saying. Like this is how the guy annotated. Like how can someone be a square? Is he referencing like physically is someone a square, or calling someone a square like rhetorically? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the whole theory.
I could see him being his brother. I could see it.
And then another evidence is in the sock opera episode when Bill asks who would sacrifice everything they worked for just for their stupid sibling. So that could be a trauma response or a direct quote about, Mabel and Dipper. So who knows? It either means he's not on good terms with his brother, like they probably just didn't end well. Again, from the Reddit, Bill Cipher says, asked in the Reddit, ask me anything, just whatever. He was asked about if he had any family, and he says, not anymore.
That's crazy.
And then asked if he the goat, the little goat that pops up randomly.
Yeah.
And he responds with, he likes him better this way, which is he implying that his brother did the goat used to be someone else, like his brother? Did he turn his brother into a goat? Like,
I feel like there's several different threads where people are talking about how, oh, this is Bill Cipher's brother. But it's random characters.
And then, which could imply that this like quote could just imply that they didn't end in great terms overall. So that's the theory I found about Bill Cipher's brother. Do you guys have anything to bounce off of that?
The only thing that I was reading about previously was the shaman, who was formerly like allied with Bill.
I didn't dive.
Yeah, I didn't dive into the family aspect of Bill because I was like, I was kind of thinking like, why would he have a family? No offense, but
why would anyone have a family, guys? Come on,
dude's a little weird, like he's a loner.
I personally think Bill is just alone, and he's just like the Joker. He needs to find something to go after.
He did the world. He wanted the world.
Yeah,
he wanted to go after the world.
Fair.
He found his thing he was looking for.
He found his thing compared to the Joker. All he has is Batman, and if Batman dies, he's like, well, gotta find the next new enemy to get attention from.
Weird Mageddon was definitely like those episodes were definitely interesting.
Very, very interesting.
We can dive into that a little later though. Okay, I guess we can go talk about mine. Kind of dives into the connection between Alex Hirsch's shows. That's kind of why I was like, I don't know if you want to stem into that later.
Let me see. I talk about that as it's part of my theory is if Bill Cipher is still alive.
That's what I was going to get into later on, but I guess this theory was about Stan's ex-wife.
Okay.
So it's mentioned.
I would say you mentioned this before the show.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I wasn't sure because if it was confirmed or not because I couldn't decipher if it was an AI clip or if it was a clip from the show because it's been a second since I've actually watched through the show. Yeah. But essentially, it's mentioned so originally Stan's ex-wife, they were married for 6 hours, and after she married him, she married him to steal his money and his car. And that's like the first Marilyn. The second Marilyn, it's mentioned in Journal 3 that Dipper comments on watching a memory of Stan marrying a waitress named Marilyn Rosenstein, I think, or Rosenstein.
I don't remember the last name.
Only for her to try and steal Stan's car 48 hours later. It's possible that they're two different people. It's possible they're the same. We don't actually know because it doesn't actually say. However, if I can get this to work, I just want to read directly off this because I didn't write it.
You're good.
I didn't get to write it down.
See, I always like doing research on my show because to me, in my opinion, if I go a little bit deeper into what I'm talking about, it just adds more to talk about rather than just me going off my straight notes. Because I'm the type of person, this is a very structured show. I like my structured shows, but it's also very relaxed. I try to make it fun, casual, just for you guys.
Okay, I found it. So in a special commentary track for Land Before Swine, Stan describes Marilyn as having pale skin and an abnormally sharp tooth, and that she was wearing a shirt reading over 30 and very flirty. And he states that Marilyn was like a fake name and that she disappeared after like ducking out of a door into a canyon. And these resemble the appearance of...
What'd you say, Marilyn?
Marilyn Rosenstein or Rosenstein. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. But the resemblance that he's talking about goes along with Edelyn Clawthorne from the Owl House. Mm-hmm. So I think it's interesting that she's considered like the ex-wife, I guess.
I just found this. It has a picture.
Yep.
For people listening, I found a fan photo, and it literally has a drawing of Stan and Marilyn drawn on here, which is really cute in my opinion.
It is kind of cute. He
just looks happy.
He looks under the influence. Actually,
he looks.
Is he drinking? Is that a drink in his hand?
I
think so.
Yeah,
it looks like it, but for it's apple juice. It's apple juice.
It's apple juice.
Yeah, it's apple juice. What are you talking about?
Sparkling apple juice.
Sparkling apple juice. I knew. It literally has the shirt on here. I didn't read the shirt.
30 and flirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's in the Owl House there is a clip of Ida.
I still have to see it.
There is a clip where Ida's wearing a 30 and flirty shirt. which is why I'm like, oh, that's really funny that it's mentioned. Yeah. Yeah, so it quite literally is mentioned in it's seen in the Owl House that she's wearing that shirt. So I was like, oh, okay, connection made, I guess. And in the Lost Legends graphic novel, a wanted poster with a silhouette matching Ida along with her staff can be seen, suggesting that the character may exist in the Gravity Falls universe. Additionally, Cheris made a statement in a Reddit AMA that Ida had previously been to Vegas, which is where they got married.
Okay.
So the connections are there. It's not been formally.
Confirmed.
Yeah, it's not been confirmed, but it's been confirmed basically. A note included in thisisnotawebsite.com, which if you don't know what that is, I'm pretty sure you can still Google that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in this book.
Wonderful. So
I was going to say it's in this book. So
Marilyn is referred to as cursed and Goldtooth, further aligning the individuals because Edalyn has a gold tooth. So it does connect, and I think it's very interesting.
I love when shows connect, especially when it's by the same creator.
I know, I love, but that whole backstory, overarching thing that was really cool for me. I really like that, and that's the theory, I guess, because it hasn't been confirmed. But there's enough where I'm kind of yeah, I see it. That's not a huge thing. I think it's just cute.
I find theories more fun when you make them on the spot. I don't remember what show exactly because I'm already on show 15. But there was a theory that we made it on the spot. We were just discussing, wouldn't it be cool? And we're like, you know what? This is a theory.
This is a theory now.
But yeah, that is very interesting to think about, though.
I think it's cute. I
want to see that happen, personally.
There needs to be a crossover episode, right now. When season 3 comes out. I'm just...
1 hour special. Immediately.
1 hour special just of Grunkle Stan and her.
Yes. Yes.
Do you have any other theories, Brandon?
I should have.
No, you're fine. If not, we can go on a break and come back with my other 3 theories.
We're gonna do some deep dives of theories for 15 minutes and then come back.
Yes. Anywho, yeah, I can come back. All right, we're gonna come back at 11:10.
Sounds good.
All right. We're going to come back on at 11:10. This is WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. I hope you guys are enjoying the soundtrack for Gravity Falls. All right, back to it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and I'm with
Alexia.
And Brandon.
And today we're going to be continuing to talk about Gravity Falls. And I'm going to be going back to finish off with my theories. Do you want me to start or do you want to start?
I'm fresh out. It's all you, man.
Okay, cool. I know you said you wanted to do the one theory.
Oh, I mean, we can do that one now if you want. I haven't finished reading through it, but we can totally do it now.
Do you want me to give you more time?
No, it's okay. We can go. We can jump right into it if you want. So we were just kind of scrolling through some of the theories during the break, and I came across one. It just literally says SpongeBob is Bill Cipher. This is what it's called.
I'm excited.
The theory claims that when SpongeBob died in the SpongeBob movie, he
never died in the movie. That's the thing.
That's why I'm confused. He reproduced and the baby took his place. The baby being
the time baby.
The time baby or Bill
Cipher.
Bill Cipher. Meanwhile, the original SpongeBob got sent to hell, which is why Bill is an interdimensional being. SpongeBob was reincarnated as Bill after being possessed by an abstract being, the Illuminati. Which
of course,
which is Bill exists trillions of years before mankind. So don't try. And I'm not going to repeat what this says. So the evidence. So Bill is yellow like SpongeBob. That's the first.
That's it.
That's it.
That's that. Also, the Illuminati is green. So why is Bill yellow? That's what it's.
Yeah, wait, there is actually no color for the Illuminati. That's the thing.
That's why I'm unless they're talking about the dollar bill.
But the Illuminati's more than just a dollar. Anyway, go on.
Bill has a rather distorted voice. Demons have that, so we need to see how he would sound like without the demonic edge. And if you take that away, it's similar to SpongeBob. I see that.
I can see the voice part, yeah.
Bill's immune to the laws of psychics, and guess who else is immune to the laws?
Bill Cipher.
SpongeBob.
Oh, just Bill Cipher himself.
Not to mention Bill can regenerate.
Yeah,
like SpongeBob.
Yeah, that is true.
SpongeBob has the ability to shapeshift, and so does Bill. Also, Bill can possess people via entering their mind, and Plankton one time did that to SpongeBob. Just going to point that one out.
That is true.
So the sub theory is Bill escaped to kill his past self, none other than SpongeBob. And the reason why Bill wants to escape Gravity Falls is to go to Bikini Bottom to kill his old self.
That is crazy. Going through ultimate dimensions.
Yeah, so that's there's a lot more
about that.
There's probably like 2 or 3 more paragraphs going through it.
That is crazy.
But that's the main points, I guess.
I think like theories like that though, it's just stretching it so far where it's just ridiculous to believe in.
See,
that was the second result when you look up. Like right under the Illuminati stuff, it was literally that and then SpongeBob.
That is actually funny. We love. See, I find theories people take sometimes too serious, and when it comes to that, it's like you're just having fun.
Oh, at that point, yeah.
That's how I feel like theory should be. It shouldn't be like, no, that's not right.
It's not right.
All theories are just gathering evidence. So as long as you give enough evidence, I feel like your theory is good enough.
It almost feels like you're piecing together parts of a story to make a new story.
Exactly.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
It can be fun.
And you can easily turn that into a D&D campaign too.
That's actually very true.
If you have the creative mind, you can easily do that, I should say.
Bill Cipher SpongeBob D&D campaign?
That would be interesting. I would love to see that.
I'll put it together.
Just for a show, and I'll come on for that.
Yeah, it'll be a show with a few of us, and it's just going to be a D&D campaign.
I'm down. I'll be Dipper. I'm just kidding. I feel like I would make myself Zeus.
Aren't you Wendy?
That is true. Technically, I am Wendy according to Disney.
According to Disney's quiz?
Disney's quiz, I guess. But yeah, that would be fun.
Little side episode action.
That would be a fun side episode. I thought about it after I go through all 3 subjects. Then just future seasons after that, it's just going to be whatever.
Quick little one-shot D&D campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Just like it's a little bonus episode, guys.
Bonus episode. Actually, that could be your bonus episodes. That would be fun.
Exactly. I found some mini theories. I shouldn't say some of them are theories, some of them aren't. But yeah, I found this one really interesting. It's about Wendy's secrets. So as you all know, Wendy is Dan's daughter. The theory that this is diving into is thinking that she's a mermaid. Which, this is like an old theory. This is...
Did you say a mermaid?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard it.
This is like 9-10 years old.
Okay, maybe I'm not sure.
So it's before season 2 came out. The reason people are saying, this person thought of that is because of her boots always being wet. But that could just be part of her personality rather than truth and assumption. There is a reference to mermaids in the show, though. It showed in the episode where Mabel falls in love with one. And then another evidence was that Wendy is always next to like cold and like ice and all that. And if you look at the specifics, the Bill Cipher wheel, there is a bag of ice, and people are assuming that's her spot. And I'm pretty sure that season 2 shows that once they all
they do go to their respective
spots. So that is part of it. I already mentioned it. She's always near ice, whether it's a convenience store or at the carnival. But one may say she's cool, like she's a pretty chill person. That could be it.
I think that's what was
probably more so. Which she is, but keep in mind the wheel are the main characters, and sometimes they're saying like the Wendy, it couldn't be a main character, but what proves that she is a main character is at the beginning of, or at the opening, she's at the ending of the big shot with all the characters.
With the wheel, though, I mean, it doesn't really make a ton of sense because I believe, isn't Mabel's a llama or something, or is it the star?
I think so.
Was there a llama? Was it a llama or a star?
Llama was
Pacifica.
Pacifica, yes.
I think she was
she's wearing Mabel's sweater though.
Is it? I thought Pacifica has always had a llama sweater.
No, I thought that was Mabel's.
I think she had to like borrow it for some time.
Yeah, I think she borrowed it from Mabel.
I don't.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she had to borrow it from Mabel because I'm pretty sure she was wearing a paper bag and she's like freaking out about it because it's
She was,
Pacifica.
she was wearing newspapers, if I remember.
Or yeah, it was like something. It was like some sort of paper, whatever.
But out of all people, why Pacifica? Like, I know it's kind of dumb, but like I mentioned before, I haven't fully seen the last few episodes. Like, why Pacifica as the llama spot? I know she's wearing Mabel's sweater.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the llama is supposed to represent.
Yeah. It's the only thing that doesn't
She
make sense.
spits on people because she's rich.
I mean, that could be. The history of the family is fake, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just because she's pretentious, but like.
Who knows? Who knows? Another theory that I have is Dipper has an incurable disease.
I could see it.
So.
Acne. I'm just kidding.
Acne. I don't think this theory like really broke down what specific theory or what specific disease he has. Other than just he could just have a disease of some kind and
Just a chronic illness.
yeah, of some kind. He invents gravity falls as an escape of reality. All the anomalies in the town are like how he sees all the challenges that he's dealing with in his real life, including his malady of lack of friends and losing Mabel and many others like his parents, Grunkle Stan, and just his friends in general. Every character represents something else in Dipper's mind, like the happy version of Mabel because she's so sad watching her brother go through all his illness in his life. And then he creates Ford because Ford is who Dipper wants to be.
Yeah, he really does.
And then Bill is like the disease itself.
I kind of see it. I see where you're going with this.
Once I saw that, I'm like, that makes sense.
It definitely does.
If I could say this, but if you like stretch it far enough, you could say, like, since Bill is just chaotic and just all over the place, and with that theory, Bill being the disease, could you say that Dipper maybe be suffering from like some sort of hyperactive disorder?
Something. I don't
Or
know.
just a mental illness in general.
Yeah, or like a
It
mental.
could be a mixture of a lot of things.
He's schizophrenic. Guys, he's just schizophrenic.
He's just seeing things. Oh no, the Hat Man's in the corner.
But
That's literally him, though. That is him. He's like, oh my God, Bill's back.
Oh my gosh.
That's literally him. That is him.
I think the one episode when Dipper had to prove the agents that the book was real was so funny.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Guys, it's real, and starts speaking in tongues.
Speaking in tongues, and then was the zombies that came out of the ground. Yeah.
I
They all
thought that
just
was.
perish in the sea of zombies.
And then the agents realized, and at the end of the episode, she's like, "We gotta come back."
Oh my God. Yeah.
The episode when Dipper gets possessed by Bill for the first time, it's his way of like finally accepting his fate and reality, and eventually moving on from the illness he's dealing with, and just trying to appreciate what's around him. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see it. I feel like that also could just be, that is just a theory. I don't think that.
I mean,
can
all
be
theories
proven.
are like up to determine.
I definitely see it. I like the idea of it.
I do. I find that one the most interesting theory that I found so far.
I feel like it makes it relatable.
More relatable. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Especially if you do struggle with a mental illness. I feel like it makes it relatable in the sense that like you definitely can see how they deal with their. Those aren't really, are they traumatic events? Is it considered traumatic?
What Dipper through?
Any of the events that go on?
I mean, yeah.
There's some, yeah.
I was gonna say,
I'd say
12-year-old
what-
especially, yes.
I'd say what Mabel dealt with. Yeah.
Mabel literally just, she's trying so hard to be happy all the time and be like the light in everybody's life, and constantly just gets berated by everybody
Oh yeah, for sure.
for nothing.
And Dipper is just, oh my god.
The unicorn episode. The unicorn episode that made me sad.
We don't talk about that episode.
That made me really sad.
You want to talk about it?
For people who haven't seen the show that are listening, because I know there are a few people that are. There's an episode where Mabel has to go on a quest for unicorn hair, and only the purest of hearts can like get it. And the unicorns basically tell her that she's not pure of heart, and she goes on this like crazy rampage of trying to like become pure of heart. And the whole time she's just like, I'm a good friend, I'm a good person, I'm a good person. And like she is, but she's looking for that validation from somebody else instead of just knowing herself that she is like a good person. It's kind of sad.
Which is very relatable.
It's relatable and it's a little sad, and it's definitely an episode. But that's what we're talking about right now, I guess.
Heck yeah. You look like you have something to say.
I don't know.
Little head scratcher.
Huh.
No.
little head scratcher, but which episode was it? But I think it was in that same episode where, one of my favorite episodes, the Northwest Mansion one. I think it really delved in really well into like the whole Northwest family's like trauma that they basically have, because at this point they inherited everything, and like everything from the founders, and I think Pacifica really like grew out of that whole pretentious personality, because you definitely
a little bit of it still at the end.
It's a little bit of a stretch, but she definitely grew as a character.
Yeah,
because like you definitely notice a small difference, like from Weird Beginning to like earlier episodes of her.
Oh yeah, the golf episode.
It just took her way too much.
The golf
to
episode.
change, yeah.
Yeah. All that just to get
the golf
trophy.
one just feels like a fever dream.
Yeah,
it really does.
The golf episode.
Rip Big Henry.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Big Henry.
I don't know. The only thing I remember about that was the golf cart flipping over.
See, when people, because I've rewatched that one today, and I was just like, why does this one feel like it's not actually part of this show?
It feels like such a stretch, like from the rest of it. Like it doesn't feel like it belongs there.
It just
I think it's filler.
It was definitely a filler
it was
episode.
definitely a filler episode. Because I was like, ooh, this is a good challenge, 1-against-1, but it really wasn't about the challenge at all.
It wasn't, and that's why I was like, okay. But yeah.
All right, I have one more theory.
Okay.
The most common one, because I thought when I'd throw it in, is Bill Cipher is still alive, question mark.
Okay.
Clearly he's alive.
So at the end of the episode, he's basically like saying a chant to keep himself alive. He doesn't finish it though. And I think that's interesting because he's technically, now that the books come out, technically still alive, but we don't know where.
Exactly.
Because Grunkle Stan did get his mind back to a degree, which, let me add from earlier, is because of Waddles.
Waddles.
He saw a picture of Waddles, and that's what happened. And he started remembering when he saw a picture of Waddles. So if we want to go back to it, Waddles just saves the day again.
We should just, this would be a cool t-shirt. Put Waddles on a cross, like he's the Jesus Lord and Savior.
It reminded me of Smiling Friends for some reason. I just wanted my cheese.
I've never seen that show, but I heard a lot of things about it.
The very first episode, one of the main characters is just on a cross, and he's just like, I just wanted my cheese. Like the whole premise of the episode is just trying to get cheese back from this. Was it a mouse?
I think it was like a little
or a creature.
Like
a little dude. Like a little dude. I don't know.
Bro's just chilling.
Yeah, so that's what that reminded me of.
I feel like you would really enjoy it though.
So this theory bounces off the book a little bit. I didn't want to go too much because I wanted to actually figure it out myself a little bit more. But like I mentioned before, Alex Hirsch is possessed by Bill Cipher. Quotes, because, it's not real, of course.
Right.
That's the whole theory. Because if you think about it, the last few episodes, I don't remember which ones exactly, when it came to the intro, it's all like interpretations of Bill Cipher, and it's his friends and all of that. And it goes to like created by Alex Hirsch to created by Bill Cipher. So I found that one that part a little interesting. And the only way to defeat Bill Cipher is by using Alex Hirsch's career by making all these shows. And if you think about it, you're looking at the Bill Cipher wheel, right? I got a picture of this. I'll show you at the end, but I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the only way to defeat him is by using Alex Hirsch's career. That's by making projects that matches the Bill Cipher code. And I'm going to start from there. So the one with the question mark is Inside Job.
Okay.
The ice is Super Mario Bros. Because he helped out with it. Think about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The one that looks like a fish hook, but as a fish. The show Fish Hooks. The tree is Amphibia. The star is Owl House. Of course, the one with the hand is Gravity Falls. The llama is his upcoming project that has not been announced. That's the last one that has not been filled up. And once he gets this last project, then Bill Cipher will be gone from Alex Hirsch and he won't be possessed by Bill Cipher anymore. The Mabel star that you see on her sweater, is, the project for that was Kid Cosmic. The heart for Robbie would be Flapjack. And then the last one is the glasses, which is, that one Disney movie. It's like something, Mitchell's of the Machine or something like that.
Say it again?
Mitchell's and the Machine of the Machine.
The Mitchells and the versus the Machines?
Yes.
Oh, that movie's so great.
So those are like all projects that he either helped make or create or write. And of course, like I mentioned before, the one and last one is the llama, which is an upcoming one that has not been titled or announced yet. So after that, maybe he'll be gone. Who knows? Maybe Bill Cipher will be gone.
That's crazy.
So like that's the only way to defeat Bill Cipher. So that determines that Bill Cipher is still alive. There's a whole video describing more that Bill Cipher is still alive. Like in Journal 3 with the hidden, the invisible ink version of Journal 3, you can see behind one of the photos, it has Bill Cipher is here, as in like Bill Cipher is still with Alex Hirsch. And it kind of goes into more with the invisible ink, which is really interesting.
The invisible ink, I think, is crazy. I don't know very many books that did that.
I feel like
successfully.
Is there invisible ink in the Book of Bill?
No, I don't think so.
Did you check?
I don't have a black light.
Who doesn't have a black light? I'm just kidding.
It's funny because there's so many chances that I could have earned a black light, but I just never gotten one because I'm like, why do I need one?
What do you need it for? There's literally no reason.
And ever since I'm becoming more into like filmmaking now, I'm like,
You need a black light.
I need a black light.
You need a black light, yeah.
I regret it, but it's there. But anyway, what'd you guys think of that theory?
I could see it. I think it's interesting. Definitely, we know that Alex Hirsch isn't actually possessed by
Well, yeah.
Bill,
More
but like
a character.
I do like the idea. Okay, well, did you see when somebody went through the code of the website,
Yes.
yeah, where it's season 3's like kind of announced in there?
It's like -1. It could be a prequel to the show, and
Well, it said like season 3, episode 1, Some Sunny Days, the name of the first episode. And it's like in the code of the website. So I'm curious to see if once he's done with that project, if season 3 will come out.
maybe, who knows?
Maybe if that's like the final season.
Because I forgot to announce this. That triggered what you said. He's still under a Netflix contract. So once he is done with that contract, then he'll be able to come back and probably make another project for Disney.
Do we know what, when that contract's up?
I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
We'll be graduating when this comes out.
Probably.
I'll be so that'll be like, that'll be like the one last hurrah. That'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a junior now, so maybe it'll be out when I just graduated or
I graduate in 27.
Oof.
I'm supposed to graduate in 27.
I'm graduating next year. I'm old. 26.
It's not that much older. You're like a year. Yeah, back in my day.
Back in my day. But yeah.
No, I definitely, yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like season 3 would be good, but I'm one of those people, I'd rather just keep it a mystery.
No, I want to see it. I'm curious.
I want all of those questions answered right now.
Yes, I need to know.
That's what theories are for.
Yeah, well, you brought up
theories
earlier.
aren't good enough though. Look, there's
Theories are not good
It's not good enough.
It's
I
just
need
speculation.
answers.
Exactly.
Just email Alex Hirsch.
He's a
And
busy man.
Just call him up. Just be like, "What's up, dude?"
Dude,
He's a busy man, probably working on that upcoming project now.
Probably. I don't know what time it is in California right now.
Did you see the theory about Mabel's twin? Other twin? Evil twin?
I heard about Robbie's evil twin, but I don't know about Mabel's evil
I
twin.
feel like everybody has an evil twin theory. Dipper. Well, Dipper
I heard Dipple was just. Did I say Dipple? Dipper. I feel like Dipper is both sides.
Dipper has an evil twin in an episode. Mabel's.
But is he though?
It's the second Dipper and he's evil.
That is true. I mean, he has many twins because of how many characters did he have a copy of himself?
That is true. No, but the episode where Mabel has the merman boyfriend, when she's getting all of the bottles that are coming up.
Yeah.
One of them we thought originally was an error. It's not. Mabel spelled backwards, so LaBam. I'm not kidding. And this is like an actual theory now that Mabel has an evil twin. And there was more to it that I can't remember off the top of my head, but basically going into the fact that somebody mentioned, I forget which character, somebody mentioned, maybe it was Bill. I don't know. Somebody mentioned something about Mabel, like them not liking Mabel and this and that. Or no, it was the gnomes. It was the gnomes. It was the gnomes, and they were talking about why they love Mabel. And that's why they wanted to like marry her. But like, where did all that originally like come from? So we're thinking like, oh, Mabel has an evil twin or something that was like trying to control them, and they're like looking for a new leader.
That makes sense. I can see that. I mean, could get it mixed up. Like, oh my God, that's Mabel. It's like, who are you talking to? That's not me.
That's like why they thought they were her. They wanted to like marry her.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was looking up LaBam for more information on it, and you know how whenever you look something up on Google, it also asks like, oh, people also ask this as well.
Yeah.
And like some of these results are they're normal, and then they're just like the absolutely outlandish ones, like is Dipper Pine's autism ?
No way. It doesn't actually say that.
Yes, it does. Like here, I'll show you real quick. It says a lot of things about.
Does Mabel have autism in Gravity Falls? What is the backwards whisper? Who voices Wendy? Does Seuss get a girlfriend?
Yes.
Is Wendy LGBTQ Gravity Falls?
That's also a good thing.
Is Dipper Pine's autism?
I think he definitely is. Yes. It's just 4 words. Yes, Dipper is autistic.
Twins. Yes. So that
okay.
makes sense.
I found something on it. Okay, so yeah, actually, okay, so in the deep end, when Mabel's getting the bottles from Mermando, is that his name?
Yeah.
Who? First of all, Mermando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, let me look it up to make sure. But
I think it is Mermando.
So one of the bottles has her name spelled backwards, and this sparked. Apparently, it's obviously false and untrue theory that Mabel had a secret, possibly
it's Mermando.
Evil twin that we didn't know about, and that Dipper and Mabel were actually part of a set of triplets.
That is crazy.
It's false and untrue. The theory had proof that it was subpar at best, like the llama and the cipher wheel possibly being hers, given we had yet to know who it was for, and the sweater we see Mabel with, which may actually be LaBam's off-design version of Mabel's seen in the show at times. Mabel sometimes writing with her right arm and other times with her left arm. And most interestingly, the fact that Boy's crazy when Candy and Brenda were going upstairs to free several times, Mabel managed to beat them up there despite being downstairs, among other things. Obviously, all this can be easily explained as either animation errors, cartoon logic, or just way too much analysis on something that doesn't really matter much in the grand scheme of things.
Hey, it's Alex Hirsch.
Right.
Who knows?
It's just like basically a fan theory, all that kind of stuff. But the triplets thing, I think, is crazy.
I thought that was crazy too. You were whispering something?
Oh, so I was scrolling through what other people were also asking when I just showed to you recently, and there was another one where it's like, did Alex Hirsch fight for his show? And I saw that, and I'm reading this article, and like he had so much more planned with like the background characters.
Yeah, I'm not at all surprised. It's Alex Hirsch. He loves mystery so much,
and it's not just like mystery things too. Like there's people. Oh, I should not. Seuss. Okay, that's actually outlandish, but this article goes way deep into it. Like so Alex Hirsch. So in June 2022, he went on like a rant on X, formerly Twitter, where he like talked about like the plans that he had for like characters like Wendy, Grenda, or Mabel, and like he like talked about how like he like fought so much to like keep how they were meant to be originally. Like with Deputy Durland and what's the other? Deputy Durland and
the other one. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, because like you obviously know it's the closet's made out of glass.
Mm-hmm.
and I mean it in the best way possible because they basically make it known. And it's like a, what's that one rule they have in the military? It was don't say, don't tell. Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And like Disney Channel like fought against Hirsch because of these ideas, and I just felt
it's
like
Disney. They're very
and like this is like
they're overly critical.
Yeah,
and this is like
for
very
no reason,
recently
even
too.
though
Like
they're
what was
a bad company itself.
Yeah,
it was like what, maybe 2011 when he maybe pitched the show to them.
It took them 2 or 3 years to get it.
So like roughly
it would have been over 2000 because didn't the show come out in 2012?
Yes,
but didn't he start writing it?
I have no idea what the timeline is for that.
He started pitching like way before, and it took him a while to get it on air because Disney was like, nah.
And he had to like constantly like make changes until like what it is now. Which
go back. I want to see the original, the OG.
The OG.
Release the Hirsch cut.
The Hirsch cut.
The Hirsch cut. Going on his YouTube channel just to find the Hirsch cut.
Oh,
we're gonna see that one day.
Oh my god!
Someday for sure.
Oh.
How old is Hirsch now? He has to be old now.
Do a little quick little Google search.
He has to be mid-30s. He seems relatively young. Oh,
39.
39.
Yes. He looks
Dang.
like from this photo, he looks like James A. Janice.
Oh, he kind of does. That's crazy.
But yeah. Do you want to take a mini break?
We can take a little mini break and then come back with our fun facts and stuff.
Heck yeah.
Unless you have any more theories.
No, I do not. Do you have any more?
No.
I just think that's fun.
Unless you want to talk unless you want to talk about the Illuminati.
Hey, that's up to you. I don't care.
No.
No.
I feel like everybody's heard that one. If you know anything about Gravity Falls, you've heard the Illuminati theory.
Yeah. All right. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. We're going to be continuing on with the soundtrack of Gravity Falls. We'll be back on at 11:45. See you soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. This is AJ back with the Plexi Film Show. I'm going to be continuing to talk about Gravity Falls. Are you guys ready to finish off the fun facts?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So we're going to be listing off a few, considering we have about 15 minutes left, and I want to share their time to speak. I feel like I talk too much on the show.
No, you don't.
So some of the fun facts is the number 618 pops up a lot. That is Alex Hirsch's birthday.
Oh my god, twinsies.
And
I also got a birthday
that's
too.
also the same birthday as his twin sister.
I was going to mention that he has a twin sister too.
So it really...
They're loosely based on...
Yeah.
The characters are loosely based on the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Next one is, like you said, Dipper and Mabel are based off of Alex and his sister. Plus his sister's obsession with NSYNC, which is also a shout out to the episode with the boy bands.
They scare me. The hamster one, where they like had them in like the cages and stuff.
That one's pretty crazy.
That's crazy to me.
I found that part scary, in my opinion.
It was a little scary, a little freaky.
I mean, because at that time it was a joke of boy bands being controlled, which is true. At that time, boy bands were heavily controlled by the music industry.
Yeah, that's true.
Alex Hirsch is the voice of Grunkle Stan, Seuss, Bill Cipher, Old Man McGuckin, and many other characters in the show.
Oh, he's got range then.
Yeah.
Yes. He has I was actually very surprised when I figured out that he was Seuss. I was like, what?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Grunkle Stan, I was like, okay. Bill Cipher, okay. And then I saw Old Man McGuckin, I was like, what?
Hold on a minute.
And another one that was shocking was that he also played as the gnomes.
The gnomes? I didn't know about the gnomes.
Yeah.
I knew about everything else, not the gnomes, though.
The end credits of each episode, there's a cryptogram.
So I had written down, Alex Hirsch actually writes all of the ciphers and stuff like that himself, which I think is really cool. I haven't been able to like sit down and actually go through them.
I was literally about to say that.
My bad. I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No, you're good. I like when we find stuff the same. That means we're just on the right track.
We're still on the same page, same wavelength.
Exactly. Grunkle Stan is based on Alex Hirsch's real grandpa, like we mentioned. Mm-hmm. Grunkle Stan was inspired by Alex Hirsch's great aunt Lois and referred her as Granty Lewis.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. I found that really, really cute in my opinion.
That's cute, yeah.
Anyway, do you have some? I'm already halfway, so I'm kind of giving you a chance.
I think a lot of people know that you can listen to the theme song in reverse.
Yes.
So most people know that. So Stanley and Stanford mean similar things.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes and no?
Stanley means stony clearing.
Okay.
And Stanford means stony meadow.
Okay.
Which I think is cool.
That's really interesting.
Similar. Well, it's similar names, but similar meanings.
It's really weird, like how close a name can be, but mean two completely different things.
Yeah. I had. There
You're like,
is
you read everything. How dare you take away my stuff?
a little bit of crossover between that. I really love the Owl House, and there's a lot of crossovers between that and Gravity Falls. But you can see Dipper's hat and Nita's collection of like junk that she's collected. And then
That's cool.
Bill Cipher's also on a post-it note in the background as well.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
So that's like a little cool like
throw in.
yeah. What else do I have?
Crossover time.
What else do
I love when shows break the fourth wall and they're like, crossover time.
I have? Crossover time.
And then we'll just throw in like a pop culture reference or joke in there.
There's also a Gideon like little plushy dude in a box in Amphibia.
That is so cool.
Little Gideon just making an appearance.
That is crazy. I personally do not like Gideon as a character. I found him as a really annoying
obnoxious.
Yeah.
Very obnoxious. Like some people think Mabel's obnoxious. I think little Gideon's so obnoxious.
Like, dude didn't do enough research to know that Bill Cipher just ruined the world.
Exactly.
Like, bro was very petty. Or pity. Sorry, pity. There you go. Petty.
Petty.
Is it petty?
Petty.
Petty. Was I using it right?
Petty.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Pity?
I don't know.
Pity is like you feel like.
Yeah, okay.
Petty is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what.
I love that I just didn't explain either. You're like, yeah.
I know what you meant. I'm not good with words. The location of Gravity Falls was inspired by Boring, Oregon.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see that.
You did.
I didn't ever read.
They also took took a weekend to
go
there and all that. I found that really cool. Kristen Shaw, the voice of Mabel, says Mabel was the closest character that she's played to herself. And Alex Hirsch also said if she wasn't going to voice Mabel, he was just going to scrap the whole show.
Oh, 100%. I saw that one. I read that one. I was like, that's crazy. You were going to scrap the whole show for that?
Because she is perfect.
She is. I could not imagine anybody else playing her.
No. Ariel Hirsch, a.k.a. Alex's sister, was a guest star in the Boys Crazy episode. She played as Pacifica's Northwest fuchsia's haired friend.
I was just about to say this fact too.
Yeah, that's a fun fact. She just played as Pacifica's one of her friends in that episode.
I think she's
really
the one that
funny.
like starts yelling and then starts to fight.
Yep,
That's funny.
Yep. I found that one really interesting. I personally thought like if they couldn't find any of the characters, it could easily Dipper beat Alex and Ariel, of course, Mabel. I could see the show just be that simple.
Honestly, yeah. But
if nothing worked the way they wanted it, of course.
Yeah, I feel.
Jason Ritter, the voice of Dipper, also almost wasn't the voice of Dipper. He recorded the pilot episode, but then committed his time to another show, and then that show got canceled. So Jason Ritter came back for the rest of the show of Gravity Falls. So he almost...
Actually?
Yeah. I
wonder what show he was working on before.
I don't know.
I might have to pull up his IMDb page.
One of the Minotaurs is named after a full-size taxidermy buffalo that Alex Hirsch keeps in his office in his office at Disney. Like he has a picture with his taxidermy buffalo here. I'll pull
Are you
it up.
serious?
Yes.
That's awesome. Wait. A taxidermy buffalo?
Yes.
That's incredible. He's laying on it for those of you who can't see it, but like it is a massive taxidermy buffalo and he's just laying on it.
He's just in love with it. I'm jealous of Alex Hirsch.
We
honestly.
need a show based off the buffalo.
Just off of the buffalo. Seuss is the only character without a criminal record. And then
He's a sweetheart. I said it earlier.
He's an amazing person. Paul, what you were saying?
Didn't he like destroy an entire restaurant though?
Was that the Giffany episode?
Yes.
We're not going to talk about Giffany makes you do some crazy things.
Paul Bunyan, the statue in the opening, is a reference to the real life Paul Bunyan statue in Oregon. And then the shapeshifter was inspired by John Carpenter's The Thing.
I have another fun fact for you.
Go ahead.
Mabel's sweaters are rooted in real life. So apparently the lime green, in particular, a lime green troll doll sweater that Hirsch's sister wore in elementary school.
Yes, the sweaters are based off of her sister loving sweaters.
The troll sweater, though. The troll sweater? Not even like a crazy Christmas sweater. No, it's a troll sweater.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Isn't it the one that is like half and half?
I think so.
I seen that one. That was really cool.
Oh, it was your chair. I was like, wait, what's going on?
No.
Yeah. I could hear it in here a little bit. I was like, wait a minute.
Bro, I was like, what are you doing? Do you have any other fun facts that you have? Say, I don't know if you have any more to write down. If not, I can,
you can keep going with yours.
I'm all out.
You're all out?
Yeah, I'm all out.
There was one. I'm trying to find it, but I should have.
I try to do the ones that are not just strictly like, oh, this little Easter egg. I want to do like broad fun facts that not a generic audience would figure out on their own, you know? Let's see here. I have a question. I usually end each show with a question. I'm trying to figure out a question because I forgot about that one. But, if you had to write a show like Gravity Falls, other than boring Oregon, what place would you choose for your own show?
Like a mystery show or just any show?
Just like Gravity Falls.
Like a mystery Gravity Falls type of show?
Yeah. If you had to choose a place, where would it be? It can either just be a state or
somewhere
country.
in Maine would be really cool, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to say somewhere in that's kind of similar to my hometown, smaller city, not like New York or something massive like that. And God, no. I don't know. I think it's just like a small, quaint little city, and then it's just there's this other dark side to it.
Niagara Falls before the tourists.
That would be funny. That'd be funny. I feel like Grand Canyon before the Grand Canyon before it formed. I feel like it'd be cool to make a show about that.
That reminded me of the second Atlantis movie. Have you seen the second Atlantis movie?
I've never seen any of them.
There's a bunch of mini stories, like mini mysteries they're trying to solve. And one of them, I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere in like that general area where it's like dusty and like desert area. And it's like these dusk dogs that are like coming out of the ground and or like wolves almost, or like coyotes.
Cool.
It's coyotes. And they're like attacking people.
That is disturbing. That sounds like a Goosebump novel.
A little bit, but it's actually a Disney movie, which is crazy to me. But yeah, that's what that kind of.
Atlantis.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that in so long.
I loved Atlantis growing up. It's one of my favorites.
Fair enough. I respect that. Like I said, yeah, it would be very interesting to make a Gravity Falls show at the Grand Canyon.
Like, I feel, yeah, that works.
Or, what was another place? Because it was mentioned, in one of the theories I watched. I just choose the theories. One mentioned the Bermuda Triangle, but like if there wasn't water, I feel like that would be cool to see.
That would be insane. I wonder if there's like a Bermuda Triangle, like in the U.S. on land.
On land? That got to do your research.
I think it's just called Crossroads.
Roundabouts be like.
No, that's, yeah.
Highways.
I don't know, because there's a lot
Highways.
I was surprised. Because I'm from Cleveland. When I came to Toledo, I was like, why are there so many roundabouts?
Hey, I don't mind roundabouts. I got used to them really fast. I'm a very adaptable person, so I'm very when I started driving, I'm like, oh, cool.
No, that's me. I was just surprised it was just different.
Fair enough. All right, we have 2 minutes. Do you guys have anything that you would like to promote, like social media, website, YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah? Feel free to promote whatever. Go ahead. Starting with you.
I might be starting a show here.
You might.
Might. I have to get it approved first. Or whatever the process is. I'm not sure. Whatever the process is, but possibly that. So just, I guess, stay tuned for that. potentially.
I'll help for sure shout that out in the future for you. And for you, Brandon?
I have nothing much to promote, but yeah, just great being here.
Of course. If you guys ever feel like you want to join in another episode, you guys are always free to join in whenever. I always like having people just come in like, hey, can I be on? Sure. Like one night I had Logan just sitting over there. He's like, hey, can I be on? I'm like, I don't care.
I think I was with Logan earlier that episode.
That was the episode where he was like, hey, can I be on? I'm like, dude, you're the station manager. I don't care.
He can get on whatever he wants.
What are you going to say? No?
Yeah, like, and plus I like Logan. So Logan's cool. We like him. Anywho, if you guys have anything else that you would like to say? Anything fun?
I hope everybody has a fantastic night.
All right. This is the end of the Plexi Film Show. Stay tuned for next week. I will be talking about, you guys will have to figure it out. I'll give you some hints throughout the week on what I'll be talking about.
Man, oh man.
So yeah,
what?
This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show.